This video is brought to you by...
What's up, kings and queens? It's your girl, Charlotte Moore. As always, we give thanks for another day, you dig? So as the CEO and founder of Motivational More, we take pride in working with incredible creative entrepreneurs. And today, we are shooting a campaign for cool green clothing founded by the one and only AC Green. So the vibrational energy of this line is all about street vibes, a growth mindset, hustle. So today, we are highlighting this, guys, the Baltimore Cool Green Snapback. How cute is this? Look at this. So we're going to have so much fun on the shoot. And I'm telling you, follow cool green clothing. It's so important for us to support our entrepreneurs. There's so much talent in Baltimore. And as a creative entrepreneur myself, I know how hard it is. And I love to see just people going out there and going for their dreams. So let's get it. Bless up.
What's going on, YouTube fam? This your boy Tony 2 times, and we back with another episode of the Baltimore Way, man. Before I start, be sure to tap that like button. Definitely watch this video to the end to hear the full story and all the details in the case. For all the day one fam, welcome back. Y'all already know it's all love. Thanks for tuning back into another episode. If you're new to the channel and you feeling the content, feel free to subscribe. Definitely hit that notification bell so you can be notified every time we drop a new video. Let's get right into the story. One thing about street life is unpredictable. Over the years, so many people have tried to control the narrative of what happens on a block, who gets to make money, and the all-around setup. But truth be told, no matter how tough you are, how many bodies you got, how much respect, there's always someone else willing to try you. That's just how it goes. Whether the police is hot in your section, jump out boys jumping out, causing the trap to slow down, or the stick-up boys, which I realized early on are usually from a whole nother part of the city. True story. I had a little man's. Every time he messed up his re-up, he would go all the way to South Baltimore and rob a spot. I won't say where, but he was all the way from Harford Road. I used to always wonder how he even knew what they had going on that side of town. And I used to always say, yo, be careful. They gonna start peeping game, and really, you playing with your life. But that's the thing. You can be trying to make a couple dollars outside, leave the house with intentions of getting your product off and taking it in, but the trap might have other plans for the day. We all know this, but like Jay-Z once said, it's the allure of the game that keeps everybody hoping they will be the lucky one to make it through the trenches by trapping or robbing for a living. But really, the odds are against us. And on this episode of the Baltimore Way, we will be discussing a case involving a plot to rob a trap that ended fatal for two young men. Back in 2016, a young man named Robert Davis was known to post up at a BP gas station on Liberty Road in Baltimore County, hustling the grass daily. Another young man named Dante Garrison also posted up at the same store. The two men knew of each other but wasn't exactly friends, just a mutual respect for being in the same location trying to eat. November 7th, 2016 was just like any other day. Robert was at the spot doing his 1-2. It was at night and a lot of people were sliding past. A 19-year-old man named Isaiah Davis and a few other men pulled up to the location. In typical trap fashion, Robert asked them, like, yo, y'all good on the grass? But the men declined and left the gas station. Allegedly, Isaiah had other plans though. He went to get his homie, 18-year-old Cabrion Clark. They headed back to the BP to find Robert. That night, Dante was in the store as well, counting his bread from the day, about to leave. That's when Isaiah and Cabrion approached Robert. Cabrion pulled out some money like he was about to cop, and Isaiah grabbed Robert, pulled out a blick, and said, come here or I'ma pop you. Robert pulled away, and the two stumbled out the store. Robert had his own blick in his pocket, but Isaiah didn't know. A second later, shots went off, and Cabrion took off. Robert started running as well. Isaiah was hit and fell to the ground, dropping his gun. Dante, who saw the whole thing, walked out, saw the blick on the ground, grabbed it, and also started running. Not long after, him and Cabrion bumped heads, and Dante shot the young man before fleeing the area. Baltimore County Police were called about shots fired in the 6,000 block of Liberty Road. around 9:30 p.m. They found Isaiah laying in the parking lot of the BP. Not too far away, another man laying in the street on Tulsa Road. They would both unfortunately be pronounced gone at the scene. They were 19-year-old Isaiah and 18-year-old Cabrion. As the investigation started, Baltimore County Police realized it was cameras everywhere, including the store. The whole thing was caught on surveillance, and witnesses claimed to know the men in the video as 23-year-old Robert Davis and 18-year-old Dante Garrison. Robert was tracked down and indicted on November 17, 2016, of 2 counts of first-degree murder. As at first, detectives thought he and Dante targeted the 2 young men. When Robert was picked up, a warrant was also put out for Dante, who was in the wind, nowhere to be found. As more information came out about the double murder, it was determined as a planned robbery that went wrong. Dante was still on the run, as Robert was in custody. But later on, detectives found out after the shooting, he threw the blick, headed to his car, and headed straight to Fayetteville, North Carolina. Baltimore County Police soon reached out to Fayetteville Police. As they started applying pressure, Dante headed back home, turning himself in at Towson, charged with double hit as well. Once the case started making it to trial in 2019, it was determined the 2 men never planned to hurt anyone that day and were not together. Robert upped his blick and shot while being robbed, and Dante was allegedly mad the 2 men came to the spot trying to rob someone and thought he was a target too. According to prosecutors, Dante was mad, grabbed Isaiah's gun after he was down, and chased Cabrion down, hitting him. But Dante argued he was in fight or flight mode and didn't chase the young man down, stating he was running, heard footsteps behind him, and out of fear from what just happened, he turned around and shot, thinking Cabrion had a gun. But an investigation showed the young man had no weapon at all. Robert told his side of the story as well, that he often hustled at the store, kept a weapon for protection, and shot while being robbed. Eventually, Dante was found guilty of second-degree murder and sentenced to 20 years in prison. There's no information on Robert. He could have walked on this due to the circumstances of the situation. Rest in peace to Isaiah and Cabrion. I send my prayers and condolences to the family. I know everybody gonna say if they were out here on that type time, that situation should have happened. I get that in the laws of the streets. That's why I always ask, why play a game you can't win? If it's not the police, it's someone out there trying to get you. It's a rigged system. If more young men put that type of energy they all put into doing what they were doing into something else, it could change the game. I need everybody to understand. I know it's not a lot of resources in the streets. I get the whole thing. We are all products of our environments, just trying to survive. The thing is, we got to stop trying to survive and start living. I heard a different story from y'all of 4 young soldiers who were fearless and probably could have done great things given the opportunity or outlet. But until we unite, while we think we out here winning, the higher ups in the city use us as pawns in a much more vicious game. While the city gets robbed of resources, the people get left fighting over crumbs. While people who do not even come from our environment watch us take each other out over blocks, corners, and pennies, lock us up, and laugh as we lay gone in the streets. But hey, that's the Baltimore way. Man, rest in peace them 2 young men. Crazy story, crazy situation. Like I said, man, when you wake up, you live in that kind of lifestyle, you go outside, you don't ever know what happened. Most people watch out for the police, but also you got to watch out for the stick-up boys. You even got to watch out for the sales. They might set you up. So yeah, man, it's a dirty game. Of course you got to watch out for your homie. You feel me? But at the end of the day, allegedly, these 2 young men, Robert and Dante, ain't even know each other. They were just at the same location. You know, Dante could have grabbed the blick and went about his business. You feel me? But instead, allegedly, he chose to do what he did, and that's how the situation ended, man. Sad situation all around the board, man. But y'all already know, this is another episode of the Baltimore Way. I appreciate you if you made it to the end. It's your boy Tony 2 times. It's all love, fam. I'm out.